listen if you unmute. Okay, wonderful. Peace, blessings, enough, holy, plenty, a lot of love to all our queens and kings in the house. Really appreciate, really appreciate. Thank you very much all for joining us this wonderful Thursday. Really appreciate you all coming to join us here on Deep Dive Globally Changing Lives. And indeed, we need to globally change lives. And so, without any further ado, we are going to proceed with Loretta Shadari and In It to Win It. In It to Win It. It's a wonderful theme song that we have been using over the years now, that really brings about the depiction of that. First of all, you have to be in it to win it. And so we do hope and trust that you will like this song. So please take a look. Your next call is on passive. Stand clear of the closing doors, please. All right, wonderful. Thank you very much, Queen Lirata Shadari. Really appreciate. And moving forward, we are going to have the mindset, which is done by our own wonderful entrepreneur. She has been an entrepreneur for quite some time now, international actually, and she is an international speaker. She has her own talk show outside of On Passive, and of course, she is a grandmother of nine. Can you imagine? And so at this time, we are going to ask Queen Jacqueline Warner to talk about some essential oils. All right, some essential oils. And so at this time, we turn it over to Queen Jacqueline Warner.
I don't see myself. I'm not sure where I'm at. Oh, here. Hi, good evening, or better yet, greetings to each and every one of you, and especially you, King Dr. Derrick. We appreciate you so much. We appreciate this platform where we are empowered, we're enlightened, and we get to learn a lot regarding the mindset. So we thank you so much, and we thank to the leaders that always, Queen Debbie, even though she might not be here, and Queen Dr. Benny also. We just appreciate all the other leaders that is part of this amazing platform. And most of all, the brand ambassadors for always supporting, always showing up and being patient and hanging in there due to the amazing dream or journey of Mr. Ashmafara. And we got to give all the thanks to our Heavenly Father for making it all possible. So thanks again. Yes, my name is Jacqueline Warner, and I will be discussing 5 essential oils and their benefits, the properties, the uses, and even a bonus one. Well, the reason for that topic, because I think essential oils, just like everything, is also part of our journey, a health journey or a lifestyle. It's part of a self-healing, other giving us other options, other ways instead of medication all the time. They can help us in many different ways when it comes to our health. And they have been around, essential oils have been around for thousands of years. A matter of fact, one of them, I think peppermint, been around 1,000 years BC. It was in the Egyptians use it. It was I think it was still found in their pyramids and so forth. The Chinese, the Japanese, even the Greek mythology, it was used back then. So these oils are not just appear today. They have been around for centuries. And of course, there have been many studies, thousands of studies, proven how effective these essential oils can be for our health or our well-being. So I'm going to start it. The essential oils are concentrated plant extracts rich in naturally occurring compounds that support physical, mental, and emotional wellness. So when paired with the appropriate carrier oils and used safely, they offer a powerful way to enhance daily health. And here's a detailed look at the 5 top essential oils, plus a bonus and what makes each one special. I'm going to start with lavender, you know, and I love lavender. I try to buy my softener in lavender. I use lavender oil myself, but lavender is also child safe. So I will let you know that some of these oils are also child safe. Now, the key component in lavender is linalool and linalool acetate. The properties of lavender oil, essential oil actually, is it's calming, it's a sedative, it's an anti-inflammatory, and it's an antimicrobial. The benefits of using lavender oil: it reduces stress, it promotes sleep, and it soothes the skin. It can be used in a diffuse before sleep. You can add it to your bath. You can apply it diluted to burns or bites. And the carrier oils that you can use with lavender is like sweet almond, jojoba, and coconut oil. Those are the carrier oils that you can mix lavender oil with. And child use, safe with proper dilution. Okay, 1 drop per tablespoon. Number 2 is peppermint oil. It has to be used with caution with children. The key components in peppermint essential oil is the menthol and the menthone. The properties: it's cooling, it's analgesic, it's antispasmodic, and digestive aid. The benefits: it boosts energy, it relieves headaches. I use it myself when I have a headache, and I also recommend it to my friends when they say, "Oh, I have a headache." I immediately get some peppermint oil, you know? Um, when you nauseous, you can use that. It clears your sinus, so it can be used as an inhalant when you have a stuffy nose or you're congested, or just the smell alone, it just awaken all this, clear all this your sinuses. It uses you can inhale it for focus, so it's good to keep you focused, especially people sometimes feel faintest or whatever like that. Just a little in your
Progress.
cabinet. And the carrier oils that you can use it with is olive oil, um, the jojoba, and the avocado oil. You can also mix the tea tree oil and the peppermint with the olive oil, especially in flu season. And just before you go out, you will put it in, massage it in the neck area, onto the chest area. It doesn't smell bad. I remember I was told, someone gave me that recipe, and I was using it throughout COVID. The next one, number 4, is eucalyptus essential oil. And that another one you has to use with caution with children. The key components in it is 1 and 8 cineol, which is eucalyptol or something like that. And the properties are: it's an is an expectorant, is an anti-inflammatory, and is antibacterial also. And the benefits: it clears the nasal congestion, it supports breathing, and it repels insects. Insects doesn't like the smell. And it also can be used in a diffuser, a steam inhalation, and also as a chest rub, but it must be diluted, okay? And the carrier oils, again, is almond and olive oil. And child use, avoid under the age of 10 unless the eucalyptus is radiata, okay? And number 5 is rosemary essential oil. It also has to be used with caution. when it comes to children. And the key components is almost the same as the eucalyptus. It has that cineol and camphor and P9 in it also. Those are the key components in it. So those are the things you look for when you go to buy any of the essential oils. You have to look at the key components. The properties is a stimulant, is an anti-inflammatory, it's a memory enhancer. The benefits, it improves focus, okay? And it stimulates hair growth and it reduces muscle pain. The uses, you can put it in a diffuser while you're working. You know, instead of buying air fresheners for our homes, we can use drops of these essential oils in a diffuser, and they're medicinal, they're beneficial. They're not like those sprays and that people spray. You know, anytime someone spray, I have to leave the room because I cannot tolerate it, because I know it's not healthy for my health. Okay. And the carrier oils for rosemary essential oil is argan, castor oil, and jojoba. Child use avoid under 10 years of age. And the bonus one, of course, is oregano essential oil, which is not safe for children. You know, one time I accidentally, a drop fell onto my skin and it burned me. So you cannot, it has to be used with a carrier oil, and you cannot use it in full strength. It's very strong. I mean, you can put a couple of drops in your water when you're drinking your water, but do not use it directly on your skin because it will burn. It burned me. The key components in oregano oil is carvacrol and thymol. The properties is antimicrobial, is antiviral, is an antifungal, and it's an immune stimulant. The benefits of oregano essential oil is that it fights infections, and again, it supports immunity. Uses: apply heavily diluted. Use in sanitizers. So you can put it, you want to sanitize your home or the bathrooms, you can add some oregano essential oil to your cleaner products, and the ones that are safe anyway. And it can be ingested under professional guidance. But I know before, when I use it, I will put a drop in my water, one drop, 1 to 2 drops the most. You can tell how much you can. I don't think you could go past 2. Okay, carrier oils are olive and coconut. Child use, not recommended. Okay. Now, carrier oils for dilution. Jojoba, you can use that on all skin types. Sweet almond is sensitive or dry skin. Okay. Coconut is lightweight and is antimicrobial. Olive is rich and moisturized. And I remember it had this guy who was 102 or something like that on Facebook some years back, and they was asking him, you know, how you stay so youthful? And he said he used olive oil. And I remember him saying he ate dark chocolate, but olive oil was what he moisturized his skin with. So his bottom of his feet was like a palm, the baby's bottom, they will say. So olive oil is very good, but you also got to look for the right olive oil because there's toxic ones out there. We just got to remember what God said. There's good and bad in everything. He did not eliminate, oh, this one is and that one's not. No, everything. So we have to do our research, and we really have to pay attention. And argan is for your hair and your skin, and the castor is thick, is a great for scalp and deep moisturizing, and the body recognizes these oils. So that's what's so great about them, because then you're helping the body to work, to function appropriately, and you're helping yourself. We get benefits from it also. Now, safety tips. Always dilute essential oils, 1 to 2% for adults and 0.5% for children. Do a patch test for new oils. You're introducing your body to these new oils. You have to do a patch test to make sure there's no side effect or allergic reaction. Avoid contact with your eyes and mucous membranes, except for the peppermint, you know. And consult a healthcare provider if pregnant, nursing, or treating health conditions. Always use caution with children and pets, because sometimes what we use for ourselves, we can use on our pets, you know. And my I guess I'm going to the conclusion. Not yet. Patch this. Yes, the conclusion. As I conclude, essential oils are more than fragrant extracts. They are concentrated sources of healing compounds found in nature. You don't find them at your doctor office. You might find them at your local health food store, but in order for them to get there, they were created by our Heavenly Father, in, and they're found in nature. Okay, so they have to go through a process to be breaking down to get the oil in the first place. Some of us can make our own oil, but because we're so spoiled, we like convenience. So a lot of these things we don't try to do for ourselves. And with the right knowledge, you can use them to support emotional well-being, our physical health, and a clearer home environment. Instead of buying the aerosol sprays out there and Febreze and all that. I was at church last night and they didn't have the spray, and my my colleague went and she bought the spray and she sprayed it, and I was like, oh my God, I had to step outside because I don't use any sprays in my home. Either I get a diffuser and I put some oil. You could even put your favorite oil, perfume oil, onto into the diffuser, and have your whole house smelling great, and it's healthy, you know. So whether you are diffusing lavender to relax or applying tea tree oil to a blemish, consistency and care in how you use them make all the difference. Remember to always dilute. Respect individuals' sensitivities, especially for children, and choose oils based on your specific wellness needs. So I thank you so much for your listening here. And I hope these 5 essential oils and their benefits and their properties and their uses will bring a better, options when we have a headache, that we could say, hey, I remember Jackie saying, get some peppermint oil. I went to the store today and I bought 2 peppermint oils, because you can also add it as a mouthwash. You can put a couple of drops, create your own mouthwash. It's better than Listerine. Listerine kills. Okay, it breaks down, it destroys. You want something soothing. You want something that is not that's going to elevate your health and not break your immune system down. So you can use it as a mouthwash, and you can mix it with your baking soda and use that as a toothpaste instead of buying Colgate and Crest, which are no good, full of fluoride. And if we're using so much toothpaste and so forth, why are we still having a lot of oral issues? So something is not correct. So take your time and research and find out which essential oil is best suits your needs, and go for it. So I thank you again and enjoy the rest of the webinar.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Queen Jacqueline Warner. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, especially that mouthwash thing. Hi. I tell you, baking soda and charcoal, very good too.
Yep.
Amen. Wonderful. All right. Well, I'm going to add. I'm going to add the peppermint. I'm going to add the peppermint. Definitely. Thank you very much, Queen Jacqueline Warner.
You're
Go
welcome.
ahead, go ahead, Queen Dr. T.
Good evening, everyone. Hope all is well. Excellent presentation. Hey, just the way I taught you, Jackie. No, no, excellent presentation. But I wanted to make a comment about the olive oil. I can contest to that. I use that every single day. But if you don't mind, I just wanted to add a little bit more of what olive oil can do in case you all may not know. You want to buy extra virgin olive oil, not just olive oil. You want to
Mm-mm.
buy extra virgin olive oil. Secondly, it must come in a dark glass bottle, not a plastic bottle. You don't go to
Mm-mm.
the grocery store and buy olive oil. You go to a
Nope.
health food store, okay, or you go to a manufacturer of olive oil. So it needs to be in a dark glass bottle. It must be cold press.
Press.
It has to
Yep.
say cold press on the bottle. All right. And then how you really know it's a good type when you take it, it has a peppery taste. When you swallow it, when it goes down your throat, on your tongue in the back, it should have like a peppery taste. That's how
Yep.
you know you have a quality olive oil. And not
Awesome.
only is olive oil good for your skin, now you might want to write this down, ladies and gentlemen. It helps you to lose weight.
Yep.
Okay. It's good for your digestive system. And this might be something you don't know. It helps you control your blood sugar control, high blood pressure, and lowers your cholesterol.
Wow.
You should take a swig of it, like I would take a tablespoon, and like once a day on an empty stomach. So before you put anything in your mouth, you can take the either capsule full, or you can take a tablespoonful, on an empty stomach, and hey, you're good to go. As DrDerrick would say, you're good to go. You're
Yep.
good to go. Okay, so I just wanted to add that to that because I do that, and I do put it on my skin, and people tell me how youthful my skin looks. I use it on my
Wow.
skin, so it does work. But you want to also take it internally, and those are the benefits that come from taking a good. All olive oil is not created equal. So if it doesn't have that quality, if it's not in a dark bottle, if it's not cold pressed, if it doesn't have a peppery taste, then you don't have a good olive oil. Okay, so
And
I just
Dr.
want to say that.
Mhm. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, Queen Dr. T. Appreciate that. That was, and you're correct. Everything she stated is so correct about olive oil. The darker the bottle, the better. It must say cold press, and Dr. Derrick is showcasing his bottle right now. So olive oil is
Yep.
good, and the body recognizes it. So that's what makes it great. Thanks, Dr. T, for bringing that info regarding the olive
You
oil.
see,
It's very
another
good.
thing, another thing to, Queen Jacqueline Warner, is that this is the best salad dressing.
Yep, I use it as a salad dressing
The
too.
Yes,
best
yes, yes,
salad
yes,
dressing.
yes,
Yep,
yes.
Stop buying the ranchers and the franchise and the whatever,
yep,
use olive oil. If you don't like the taste to get that tablespoon, okay, fine. Use it in your salad. Blend up some nuts, some mixed nuts. Blend up some mixed nuts. Um with raisin,
mm,
mixed nuts and raisin. And if you want a little sweetness in there, you can put some dates.
yep,
And then you spread that over your salad, and then you throw the extra virgin in a dark glass bottle,
okay,
cold press. You see where my one is? My one down here. And my one down here.
right there,
And
yeah.
I just bought this in March.
Wow,
Late part of, we could call it April. I just bought this April, and it done, finish, done
okay,
in,
So,
right?
yep.
Dr. Derrick, how much do you take? Do you take a tablespoon? If you don't use it as a salad dressing, do you just take it like by itself, like a tablespoon or a swig in the capsule? How do you take it?
I just put the buckle on my head and drink, and just drink little.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And what about adding like apple cider vinegar? If you want to have like an Italian type dressing, do you ever add
Yes.
apple cider vinegar?
Yes.
I
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
I add apple cider vinegar with the mother in it. I use that
Yes.
with my salad,
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
and it
You know,
tastes good, and it's so refreshing.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
don't need those other poisons, really don't. Ah,
Yeah. Condiments. We call those condiments.
Yes.
Condiments are not good. Not good. So, I have maybe about 5 or 6 things that I use in when I'm cooking. That's it. Sesame seed, ganja, I mean hemp seed.
yeah,
Those are what I am. Um, Basil.
very
That's
good.
what I use as my, cayenne. Well, you can't go nowhere without your cayenne pepper.
I'm telling you.
I tell you, no black
What
pepper, cayenne pepper. All
What
right.
about coconut oil, Dr. Dear? What about coconut oil?
Yeah,
That's
well,
good too.
that is once in a while when I'm frying. I try not to do a lot of frying, really and truly. I try not to do a lot of frying because, but if you're frying, then yes, coconut oil,
Okay.
and only use it a maximum of 3 times. Don't use it more than 3 times. Okay. But what I do now, I learn how to gauge the amount of oil, so that when I'm finished, oil
That's it.
finish, and that's it. So I don't full the pot of oil and deep fry, and no, I put in just enough to just do that little job and finish. You understand? So I don't do any deep frying and all of those things. All
Mm,
right, just enough
mhm,
to do what I'm doing. So therefore, I
mhm,
don't really have any oil leave over, cause I kind of get the swing of it now. So no oil left over for me. So
Mhm.
definitely coconut oil if you're frying. All right, no
Mhm.
canola oil and
Mm-mm.
vegetable oil, and people use all
Corn
olive oil
oil.
olive oil to
Ugh.
cook. Don't use
No,
olive
you
oil
can't
to
use
cook.
olive oil to cook.
Olive oil is not a cooking oil.
It
mm,
will turn
It is to
toxic.
be it is to consume same, just like how it is in the buckle. It is to consume just like that. Don't cook with olive oil. All right, please. All right. Only if you're cooking with oil, coconut oil, nothing else. All right.
There's avocado
No,
oil too.
I don't
avocado
even
oil.
cook with that. I use that on my vegetable. Also,
Mm,
if I using it, it's on my vegetable. Right. Any oil that cause sometimes I use yeah,
Grapeseed.
rim seed oil. Yes. But I use it on my vegetable. I
Yeah, you
don't
can.
cook with those. I don't cook with those oil. No. Nah.
Oh, okay.
Uh-uh. Uh-uh. The only oil I cook with, because
It's
of the
coconut.
property of the oil, because you have to remember the property of the oil. And is not every oil can do everything. All right. So no. The only oil I cook with if I'm cooking,
It's coconut
coconut
oil.
oil. Right? Beautiful. Thank you very much, uh, Queen Dr. T and Queen Jacqueline Warner.
You're
Awesome,
welcome, sir.
awesome, awesome info. Awesome info. Awesome presentation. Everybody on YouTube, that was awesome. All right. All right. Beautiful. So, moving right along, we're just going to extend once again the mindset, because mindset is very important. Very, very important. All right. And so, therefore, for me, it is nothing but the mindset, because without the proper mindset, you're just not you just will not be successful. You just won't. Really. You just won't be successful if you don't have the right mindset. All right. And so where it is. I think this is it. Yeah. Right. All right. And so okay, why are you over here? All right. And so we're just going to recap quickly on last week. Well, the previous weeks that we did do the mindset to grow and the mindset to outgrow. So there are some that you need to grow, and there's some mindset that you need to outgrow. All right. So we looked at mindset. Mindset refers to the way that you think and the things you believe. So your belief is your mindset, right? This will spill out into the decisions you make and the way you react to circumstances, the relationships you engage in, and much, much more. Mindset has everything to do in life. I knew that from the get-go, and that is why from my first webinar, it was mindset. Mindset. And so that is why my favorite women is Dr. T and and um and Queen Jacqueline Warner and Queen Lily Lane. One time she did a mindset there. Queen Miriam. I don't know if you all remember um what's Verona, Queen Verona, um some years ago there also, right? You know, Queen Queen Lerato. She do mindset there on mostly on deep dive. She did come here a couple of times. But yes, I love mindset because mindset is really, really very important. Queen Yvonne Finn, you know, very important. Mindset is just very important to your everyday living, right? So life for me is really about the mindset. Mindset can change over time. No mindset is set, right? You're born with a set of mindset that you can't, no, nothing works so. They are not static and they are influenced by our choices and experiences. They are also not exclusionary. You may identify with more than one mindset at a time. Learning about the different mindset types available that you can be helpful. All right. So, as we went into rich dad, poor dad, and we went into the income, if income is equal wealth, and we know that that is not so. And so, let us look at those mindset that we cover already. Growth mindset. That is a mindset that you need to have. You need to grow it. You need to grow a growth mindset. Fixed mindset. That is one you need to outgrow. You need to leave that alone. Learning mindset. That is one you need to possess, you need to have, you need to grow. Positive mindset. Of course, you need to have that one and you need to grow that one. Negative mindset. That is one of the mindset you need to outgrow. You need to leave that alone. Grow out of it. Abundance mindset is a mindset that you need to definitely have and grow. Scarcity mindset. You need to let go of that because there's no scarcity. Greed. If you have greed mindset, that is one you need to outgrow. You need to leave those two alone also. Entrepreneurial mindset. Yes, thumbs up. You need to have that one. Business mindset. Yes, you need to have a business mindset. Of course, leader mindset. You need to have a leader mindset. Follower mindset. You need to let go of that one. You need to outgrow that one. Creative mindset. Yes, you need to water that, flourish it, and make it grow. gratitude, and confidence mindset, you need to let those two also grow, because those mindsets are very important for personal development. And so let us move right along. Social mindset. Yes, we need to have social mindset. So this will be a mindset that we will need to grow. Speaking of being more social, social mindset is a people centered approach in which you think about people and their well being ahead of other priorities. Let's say you are a sales leader and your team isn't hitting their quarterly quotes. Approaching this from a social mindset would cause you to evaluate what could be contributing to this situation. Are the goals reasonable for your employees? Are there other factors that are negatively impacting your team? And if so, how can you mitigate them? This is a very different mindset than immediately moving to disciplinary action because your team isn't hitting the target. And so humanitarianism comes into play, empathy comes into play, and all those things come into play. Um, you know, because when you are into a social mindset, it's not just being rigid and you have to hit your goal or you have to do this, and situation is not. Now if a person is lazy, then that is a different issue. All right, and that is the reason they are not doing what they are supposed to do. Right, so that is a different situation. So let us recognize that also social mindset is ensuring that you are people oriented. All right. Next one, professional mindset. Professional mindset. The idea of professional mindset stems from the strategies that people employed within traditionally esteemed occupations use. Think doctor, lawyer, CEOs. Anyone who ascends that sort of rigid career leader likely has to adopt a plan along the way to keep themselves on track. So, once and especially if you are going to be a business owner, because is a different type of mindset professionally that you have to have in order to run a business, even if it is a network marketing business or a regular um, brick and mortar business. It's a different mindset that you have to have than the mindset that you have on the job. We like to think a professional mindset can be broadened to apply to any line of work or any line of business. What makes someone in your field successful? What skills do you need to get where you want to go? Ironing these details out is at the core of having a professional mindset. So, first of all, you would have to learn what the business is about or what your field is about, what you are going to be doing is about, and then learn as much as you can learn about that business, about that job, about that whatever you're involved in order to ensure that your professionalism is at its peak at all times. Next one is having a powerful mindset. Powerful mindset. A powerful mindset or strong mindset will take you a long way. You cannot be timid. You cannot be fraidy. You cannot be coward. You cannot have fear. to have powerful mindset. This type of mindset incorporates many of the elements we are already discussed. For example, people with powerful mindset believe they can grow and they can change to the better. Remember, growth and learning mindset. All right. So, to have a powerful mindset, then you have to grow. You have to constantly learn. You have to be on top of your game. You cannot be asking your the next person every time you are to do something, what is this? How I do this? And what? No. You have to get on top of your game and have a powerful mindset. Powerful people understand where they aim to be in life and do whatever is in their control to get there. Not that you're going to step on people and belittle people, push down people, drag down people to get where you are, buy your way to get where you are. No, no. We're talking about having a leadership mindset, right? Leading from, you don't have to be the supervisor to lead. All right. No, you don't have to be the you don't have to be the manager to lead. All right. You don't have to be the CEO to lead. All right. Being powerful can also mean rising above your negative feeling. As simple as that. Right? Because there's no power in negative feelings. There's no power in saying, I can't. I can't do that. I can't do that. There's no power there. All right. So just to rise above your circumstances is power in itself. All feelings are valid and natural, but we get to choose how we react and the action we take because of those feelings. Remember, I said some time ago, and I will always say, life is 20% of what happened to you and 80% of how you react. Let me say that again. Life is 20% of what happened to you and 80% of how you react. And we're talking about everything in life. Everything. When the children are nagging, when the person at work is getting on your case, etc., etc. When your supervisor is just breathing down your back. Life is about 20% what happened to you and 80% of how you respond. Let us respond favorably. All right? Let us respond favorably. So, let us let us let us have that social mindset, that professional mindset, and also the powerful mindset, so that with all of these mindset that you need to acquire, that are positive and that will help you to grow, let us try to grasp and hold on to them so that you will be a better person as time rolls on. I thank you all very much for your few minutes with me to bring you that presentation. Really appreciate. Thank you very much. And any questions or comments? Thank you. Thank you very much, Queen Dr. T. All right. Anyone? Okay. Queen Dr. Nadu, go ahead.
Thank you, Dr. Derrick. It is always a good thing to be here and listen to anybody who's presenting. We are open to learn, and sometimes during the conversation and the question and answer, we go deeply through what we are learning. My thing is like, when we are talking about the social reaction, the mindset, how can you be yourself in different contexts, different environments? Because there's some pressure on you. It's not like you want to change, but the pressure or the way you relax change the way you respond to a situation. How can you contain yourself? That's my question. We are saying that 20% depend on us and 80 depend on the way we react. But our reaction can be different from one point to another one because of the pressure or the situation that we are facing. If you feel good about someone, your reaction will be different to someone that you don't want to meet, or someone who, yeah.
Well, don't let your reaction be based on who you're speaking with. Let your reaction be based on who you are and whose you are. Okay? So especially if you are a child of God, right? Then your reaction must not be based on who the person is. Your reaction has to be based on who you are related to, so to speak. All right? And so my mother would tell us not to get into the gutter with anyone. So not because a person as we know, especially in the Caribbean, is a lot of um indecent words that the average person talk with. So much so that it doesn't have to be even in a quarrel. It just becomes ingrained in that person, that person, bam, that's just how that person speak. However, that person can change also, right? Just like when I was in the military, right? When I was in the military and we are on parade. And when we are on parade, we're talking about at least about 300 soldiers on the parade ground with the commanding officer addressing us. And when that commanding officer is addressing us in the military, that commanding officer speaks just naturally in his natural speaking, not quarreling with anyone. The a lot of indecent words might also flow. But watch this now. Because he knows who I am. He knows who I am. And is as much as though I am on a parade ground with approximately 300 other soldiers. He remembered that I am there. And he says, I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon, Corporal Clark. To me, just to me. Now, there are other, I am sure there are other persons who go to church that are there on the parade. But he think that he has to address me because of how I deliver myself at all times. At all times. So the delivery, my delivery, obviously, is different. And so, therefore, this commanding officer respect me enough that he personally, on the parade of over 300 men and on the parade, he's telling me that he's sorry. Okay? So, so it has to do with your deportment. Don't allow any person to push your button. And so, yes, that is the statistic of that scenario because it doesn't matter whether you like the person, you don't like the person, you know the person is your enemy because the person stabbing you in your back, just like Judas. Just like a Judas. Did Jesus treat Judas any different from the rest of the disciples? Even though he knew that this is the man. He knew, but he did not treat him he did not expose him. He did not run him. No, he treated him still with a lot of love. Now, yes, it's a little difficult to reach there. Queen Dr. Nadu and all of us. It's a little difficult to reach there. But yes, life is 20% of what happened to you because life will always happen to you. Doesn't matter how good you think you are, life will happen to you. Now, how you respond to life is what makes the difference of you maintaining your sanity and maintaining your joy. Because there's a difference between joy and happiness. Happiness come and go. You're sad, you're happy. You're sad, you're happy. You're sad, you're happy. But when you have joy, it doesn't matter. You could be in the lion's den and people trying to devour you, and you still have joy. You could be in the fiery furnace, still have joy. You could be having stones and rock like Stephen hurling at you, and you still have joy. And you're still responding with 80% to that enemy or to that frenemy. You will still respond to that person in 80% because you know who you are and whose you are. Very important. Hope that answer you.
You did a lot.
Mhm.
I'm going to ask something else.
Sure.
During our meetings, some people you can see, like when they say the meeting, the presenter is Dr. Derrick. And then let's say one of the top leader, as we call them, and they don't want us to call them like that. I'm sorry. Like Mari de Gamo comes in, things change right away. Oh, is he here alone? No, Chris Johnson is somewhere. And you can feel that the attitude change. How can we explain that?
I'm not sure I'm following you. What attitude? I'm not sure I'm following you. And hold your
change.
thought. Hold your thought there,
Sometimes
Queen.
even the country
Hold your
people
thought, Queen Dr. Nadu.
Mhm.
Hold your thought, hold your thought, hold your thought, hold your thought. All right, wonderful.
Okay.
That is some deep thing you're going into. So hold your thought a little. Really appreciate all really appreciate all your comments and questions and all of that. But just before we continue, we just want to ask Queen Jacqueline Warner to just give us her closing remarks.
Well, yes. Thank you so much, Dr. Derrick, for that amazing presentation regarding those various mindsets that we either have or we need to incorporate. I can relate especially to the social mindset because I remember when I went through my interviews, all my interviews, I would say, I'm a people person, I'm a people person, because I am a people person. I always, it's just my, I think that's just me. I'm just a people person. I care for people a lot because I think that's something we all should, but some people is a little more people person than others, and that's okay because that's how I was created, and I'm grateful to the Heavenly Father for that. Well, let me go ahead with my closing thoughts. Essential oils, they actually offer more than just pleasant aromas. I can remember when I worked for this hormonal replacement facility in Orlando, and we were not allowed to wear perfumes. We were only allowed, and they have the essential oils in the facility. So when we come in the morning, we could pick the one of our choice to wear because they didn't want any. It was a holistic environment, and they didn't want no perfume. So we only wear, and we smell great. No one would say, "Oh, I'm allergic. Oh, I can't stand that smell. Oh, it's too strong." The environment was just awesome. So essential oils actually, they are concentrated plant medicines rich in healing compounds. So whether you're just calming your mind with lavender, which is awesome, it's a muscle relaxer, or fighting the microbes with oregano oil, understanding their supporting components, their therapeutic properties, and the safe usage unlocks their full potential. So respect their potencies, use them wisely, and let nature support your health one drop at a time. Thank you so much for your undivided attention. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you, Dr. Derrick, for this amazing platform. And
Wonderful.
thanks.
Thank you very much, Queen Jacqueline Warner. And
Yes,
just to say, the mindset is the most important thing you can actually develop. It was Robert Kiyosaki that says the greatest asset that you and I have is the mindset. That's the greatest asset. No, not him never said $2 million. Him never say money in the stock market. No, the greatest asset that you and I have, everyone, every person on the planet has, is the mindset. Right? And so let us really capitalize on developing our mindset. I thank you all very much for joining us on the social media platforms, especially YouTube. I thank you very much, Queen Jacqueline Warner. Thank you very much, those who made comments. Thank you, all our queens and all our kings. Remember, thank God it's Friday and we are moving straight into the weekend. So remember, tomorrow at 1 p.m., it is the Yvonne Duo, which is Queen Dr. Yvonne and Queen Yvonne Finn at 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And then to actually enjoy your weekend, And then on Sunday, to kick the week off once again, it would be Dream Team, 12:45 Eastern Daylight Time. Please be there. All right. Thank you all very much for joining us. And especially those on the YouTube. You have a wonderful weekend. Take care and enough love, enough blessings to everyone. Oh, thanks.